Let me show you how to turn IKEA into custom. This IKEA shelf was on its way to the trash, so first I had to repair all of the trim and glue it back on. Then I gave the whole shelf a light sanding with 220 grit sandpaper to get rid of that glossy finish so the paint has something to stick to. I covered the shelf with a shellac-based primer before painting and then realized I forgot a step. You know those huge IKEA bolts on the side of the shelves? Well, we don't want that, so I tightened the bolts in as far as I could and then filled in those holes with wood filler to hide the bolts. Then I used my paint sprayer to give the whole shelf a fresh coat of paint. I recommend using some sort of top coat on the unit to seal the paint, especially if this will be a high traffic piece of furniture. I used 1x2 select pine boards and cut my pieces down to make 8 frames. I stained all the boards and then added pocket holes to all of the door rails. The rails are the shorter boards on the top and bottom of the doors. Then I assembled them using my corner clamps. I decided to use burlap for these doors instead of caning because it was a fraction of the cost, but burlap needs to be stretched tight to avoid any wrinkles. So I added construction adhesive to one door frame, then slowly stretched and stapled the burlap all the way down and then added the other frame on top. I attached 2 sets of doors using a piano hinge for each side of the cube shelf to create 2 larger doors, and then used concealed hinges to attach the doors to the cube shelf, then added on my wooden legs. I attached a thin sheet of plywood to create a back for the unit, and then once it was all assembled, I ended up adding edge banding around the doors for a nicer finished look. Let me know what you think of the finished piece and follow along for my next IKEA hack.